Hello YouTube, today we got a project. Hopefully it's a short project and a short video, but I have a snowblower here that I've had for about 20-25 years. I bought it at the old house that we used to live at, and we've been in this house for 21 years, going on 22. And I had bought this snowblower at a place called Builder Square before they went out of business. We got it, I think it was right around 500 bucks I bought it. It's been a good machine, very little trouble. I have had problems where I broke a shear pin. I had to only put belts on it like twice, like about 2 years ago. This machine hasn't run in the last 2 years. I put belts on it, gave it just serviced it, tuned it all up, had it running good, but while putting the belts on, I had an issue with one of the belt guides where the threads were a little stripped. I didn't tighten it down real tight because I didn't want to have the thing strip out completely because it's in the crankcase cover, and it's very hard, very difficult to rethread that. So that's going to be what I'm going to have to do today, but we're going to see if I can get this thing running. It's got 2-year-old gas in it. The gas in there, if you can see it, it's been sitting in there for 2 years. The petcock though is turned off, so there's no gas sitting in the carburetor. As you can see, it is turned off. The machine looks pretty good for its age. Touched up the paint a little bit. It's a Murray, 22-inch Murray. It's got a 5 horsepower Tecumseh on it. Runs very good. 5 horsepower Tecumseh. So it's got adjustable speeds. It's a 2-stage blower, and I took the skis off of it and put rollers on it because it just works better for me. Only issues I ever really had with it were the shear pins breaking, and I put belts on it twice. That was it, because I don't really use it a whole lot. I bought this blower after the blizzard of '96 in PA, so it tells you how old this thing is. Yes, there's the John Deere. We're going to get back to that one of these days. We still got to do the wiring on it, which should be fairly simple, but due to John Deere, they made it a little more complicated than it needs to be. The tires on the blower are good tread. Got to put some air in it, and that's about it. First thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to dump a little oil down into the spark plug. Oil up the cylinder a little bit so we're not running dry. It's going to smoke a little bit when we first start it, but that's fine. So let's see what we can do. If we can get it running, then we're going to fix. The way I am going to fix that guide is, all I'm going to use is some JB Weld, and we're going to try to patch it up with that. I'm going to put it on this heater for a little couple minutes, try to warm it up, and we'll go from there. So let's get some oil in the plug, and then we'll try to get to that guide, which is right in about under this cover. Shouldn't be hard to get to. A couple bolts, take them out, and we're good to go. So let's get to it. I'm going to mount the camera on my little homemade stand here, because I've been finding out that I can't figure out how to line this camera up so that you're looking at what I'm looking at. So this is the best way I can come up with it. I apologize for audio if I don't speak loud enough, because sometimes I just don't realize that I'm not talking loud. And I'll try to bring the blower over a little closer to assist with you watching what I'm doing. So Here goes. The joys of working in a 10 by 10 shed, you'll never know unless you have one. But let's get this set up right. Good old Craftsman ratchet when Craftsman was still a good product. Starting to question them anymore, but wrong socket here. Where's my other socket? Those threads don't look good in that either. The aluminum on this is starting to get bad. That's part of the issue that we had with the first. I'm just going to dump a little bit of 2-cycle oil down in this cylinder. Just enough to get some lubrication in there. We might end up putting a new head on this before long if it keeps going this way. There we go. Oh boy, she's not tightening down there. Well, we lost all our threads. She just stripped right out. That's what I was afraid of. So ends that project. Out there we put some JB weld on the threads of that and hope she holds. Maybe we will. Don't know how good at the threshing I'll get from her. Just bragging on her and she let me down right here. Just basically corrosion, that's the whole thing. The aluminum breaking down. I could tell right away when I started taking that plug out that them threads were letting loose. Guess we're done. That was the same issue I had with the guide back here. I'm still going to fix that guide, put the JB weld on it. If I ever have to take that belt off, I'll probably bend the guide or something, I'm not sure. But as far as the head goes, looks like I'm going to have to get a thread repair kit and repair that head or just buy another head. So, not much I can do right now. Just let me get the cover off and we'll do the JB weld on the, I don't know. Well, there's a good reason why you don't want to wait till the day before you're supposed to have a snowstorm to work on your equipment. And had I started this sooner, like I wanted to, and my wife kept telling me to, I would have known about that head and would have been able to take care of it prior to this. Almost right there. That, I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring you in here. But there's why the belt jumped, because the threads here are also stripped out, which I knew that. I just didn't fix it at the time. I didn't have anything to fix it with. And I really don't want to drill into that and try to put an insert in there. I don't have a whole lot of material to work with. And that being the case, I wouldn't know how to that being the case, I really wouldn't know how to do that any other way and seal it up, because if you drill through that, you're going to ruin your whole cover. So we're going to just try to put some JB weld around that and weld it in place as soon as we get the belt back on the pulley. Since I don't have much choice right now, I'm going to try to JB weld the spark plug. And that be the case, then I'm probably going to have to buy another head down the road, but maybe we can just get it through this snowstorm. We're going to try it. I'll let you know how it works. What harm can it do, right? There's a little material there to put an insert in there, but it's not a big deal. You can see what I'm doing here with the JB weld, but most of you already know how to do it anyway. You're just going to put equal amounts of hardener and putty on there, and then you're just going to mix them together, and that makes it epoxy. About equal there. Set up and ready to go here. Gotta get you back down in there where we're at. Alright. Try to salvage the screwdriver here. It's a good screwdriver. Even though I don't like cobalt tools too much, it's still a good screwdriver. Alright, so, oh, I forgot to jump the belt on there. Okay, there it is. Alright. Now we're going to just get some threads in there. Put the JB weld through there. Kind of smear it in there a little bit so that it holds. Ah, wrong spot. Come on. just don't want it to, it should be good there. Try to snug it up the best we can. Yeah, she's not even catching very good, so we're just going to leave her there. And hopefully the JB Weld does her job. Keeps us snugged up there. So I'm not even getting a little bit of tension on that. But when that, what we want is when that pulls down, something not right there either. Ah, I see what it is. It ain't even on the bottom. There we go. Now I shouldn't. There we go. Now we're on the lower pulley. There it is. That's what we're after. I'm going to keep that pulled down like that. Alright, get this turned into where we want it. Alright, kind of snug there. Hopefully that JB, what we're going to do is we're going to just pile on the JB Weld there. That's something to do this with. All my JB Weld gets here. Got an old saw blade here we use. Let's just kind of putty it on there real quick. I don't believe this is the fast drying stuff. So we're not going to be able to test it tonight. Cold weld formula, steel reinforced epoxy. Strength, PSI, sets up in 4 to 6 hours. So we are not going to be able to run this tonight. But we will do our best to get it all epoxied, and we're going to do our spark plug too, even though that's probably not the best thing to do in the world, but we'll do it anyway. Okay, clean all the threads off. Mix up some more putty. Boy. I don't even know if I can get another head for this old engine. May just have to find ourselves another engine or another snowblower. But let's just see what happens by doing this. Maybe it'll get us through one more winter. Who knows? I can also go out and buy another head if I can get one. Alright, got some more putty mixed up, so let's hit our plug with it. Just gotta try not to get it on my electrodes here. And if that's the case, it will be good. I don't know if it's going to seal it to get enough compression or anything. Alright, well, let's see what happens, because I can't even get a bite on them threads. They break right out. So, just let her sit here and dry for till I get home tomorrow night from work. And we'll see what she does. Okay, we'll come back to this. We're going to find out if it's going to run tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is when all the snow's supposed to come, so I may be using a shovel this time.